Howdy, everybody. So, today we're doing a fun one. We're playing OG Tetris. Also, I upped the bitrate. I didn't realize it was a little low, so I upped the bitrate some, and we'll see if I did it too high or if it's okay. Yeah, I'll just check that recording later. So, my experience playing Tetris has been on Tetris DS, and I got super into Tetris DS, but I really haven't played Tetris much since, and I definitely have never played the NES version, so I'm going as OG as possible here. And I've got about 2 hours, just shy of 2 hours. I'm just gonna, I don't know, talk through it. Tetris is a very different game than Is this the only... Huh. I don't get my classic Tetris song. Classic Tetris theme is apparently not on the original NES. I didn't know that. Where'd that come from? Maybe the Game Boy version? Yeah, so this game was actually the second game on the list right after Breath of the Wild. Number 2 in the best games of all time, or most mentioned games of all time from lists. But I never played it before. I didn't have the game then, but I do now, so yeah, let's just get started. Howard, Otasan, and Lance. Alright. So right away, my main feature for speed, whoops, is not available. Dropping the tetromino immediately. Music's a little distracting. Turn that down a bit. I doubt it's distracting for you, but it's distracting for me. Alright, so Tetris is one of those games that it's kind of crazy how addictive this game is. I might go so far as to say that this game is probably the most perfect game ever made. The concept of Tetris, I don't know about this one in particular. There might be better expressions of Tetris with a little bit more polish, but Tetris in particular, I mean, the story is crazy. I don't know if you've ever watched documentaries about Tetris and how it came to be, and copyright, and Soviet Union, and things like that. It's quite a story. Very successful game, obviously. I mean, the whole point is that it's the top, nearly the very top of the list. Now, I don't have a ton of strategies. Like I'm familiar with the game, but I don't really know what the Tetris strategies are per se. This is kind of like if video games had a chess or Go equivalent. I feel like Tetris would be it so far. It's such a core concept stripped down to its, I mean, base elements. Mostly you're just going to watch me struggle and die over and over and over, which I guess is something to be said about Tetris in general. It's a game that is built on dying. In fact, when I talk about the roguelike genre, building a roguelike genre at work, when I tell people about the roguelike genre, like, you know, it's like Tetris, where you just kind of go as far as you can and then you die, and that's okay. That's how it works. Okay, so I can't swap out, right? Oh, that just hides it. So if I push select, it just hides the next block. So I could play it on hard mode if I wanted to. I don't like this piece. Okay, cool, I can do that. There's a little bit of grace time before it locks in, so I can slide blocks underneath. That's cool. What was I talking about? I don't remember. I don't remember what I was talking about. This game is very distracting. Very hard to talk while I'm playing it. I'll probably get better throughout the stream. There's something very satisfying about being able to just drop the piece in and have it go where you want it to go. I wonder if I'll start discovering some strategies if I put enough time into it. That was terrible. Waffled. Let's see. Oh, I had the right idea and didn't execute well. This is going to take me a bit to get out of. Yeah, so a lot of quality of life features built for Tetris at speed are like seeing where the piece is going to land down on the bottom row, so you're not really looking up as much to the top of the screen to line up your tetromino anymore. The button to just have it immediately slam down, so if you don't need to do any rotations or something, once it gets down there, it'll be useful. And then being able to put a Tetris block on the bench a little bit, that also is useful. Though that last one in particular is a game design difference that's big enough it probably changes the difficulty of the game, which I'm very sensitive of as a designer. Some decisions that are small tend to have larger impact than you intend, and I wonder if that makes the game more fun but makes a very different game. And those are questions just to be aware of. Not super used to looking ahead at the blocks that are coming next, but I can see that being really useful once I get over the initial like panic of the new controls and, you know, getting quote unquote just better at the game. Let's see. Ooh, not where I wanted to put it. Dang. Let's see here. Was that like a dynamic music? That's funny. So the music gets scarier when I get closer to the top. Alright, so let's kind of think about these rules here a little bit. Mostly I'm just talking through it myself to wrap my head around what it is that makes Tetris Tetris. Oh. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, so when I push up against the edge, it doesn't let me rotate it. I have to move it away from the wall for the rotation to happen, so that's a little bit of additional level of skill required to think that through. Oh, they're going faster. What level am I on? Mine's 71. Alright. Really not keep track of levels. Oh, level 7. There it is. Yeah. I feel very cool when I can get a Tetris like that. Oh, there's no good place for this. Ooh. Oh. Definitely upping the difficulty on me here. Getting used to it. Whoa. No. Whew. 77 lines. I guess it'll be good throughout the course of the stream to just keep track of how many lines I clear each time I die. See if I'm getting better. Ooh, faster. Ooh, this speed is brutal feeling suddenly. Ah! Oh my gosh. What was that, to line 80? Is that a Cold War flex right there? Soviets blasted to space. Something. Tetris Master. So I can start back where I was? That's cool. Let's not. Let's just get good at the game. I always tried to put the long, skinny 5, or I guess 4 blocks to the right, but I'm wondering if it's probably better to do it like right in the middle here, like I'm doing. And I usually store them up for some greater impact later. But you can't put blocks onto the bench in this game. I don't even know what to call that feature. So it's kind of interesting. It's like you make strategic decisions about where to build. It's like you're building, and then you swap from building to collapsing. And so there's kind of like you're going back and forth almost between what, defense and offense, but an equivalent. What would be the word for that? It's like I mean, like in an RTS game, it would be like the early game and the end game, and you're swapping between like building and then attacking. So, but you're doing it really organically in this game. It's not like there's phases like in a traditional competitive game, like you're competing against yourself. Nice. And then all of these little scragglers, they start to get in the way, so you've got to spend time figuring out how to clear those out. There we go. Boom. Took me a while. Got back down. Oop. Oh, I think I remember what I was saying earlier when I was like, yeah, I forgot. I spent a long time thinking about what it would be to build a video game that could last for 1,000 years. And if you look at the games that have lasted a long time, not video games, but video games, board games, or gambling games or whatever, they're just very core, like, mechanic systems, like chess or Go or Mancala, that kind of very simple to pick up kind of game with just enough chance and randomness and competitiveness, and oftentimes, you know, a board game you can kind of need to be playing against somebody else. But in this particular case, the AI is the person you're playing against, and it's got a really simple set of rules. It's just the enforcer of the rules. And I wonder if Tetris might be the closest we've got to a game that could last 1,000 years, passed down through tradition. Obviously, we'll never know, unless we live to be 1,000. Not Methuselah, though. And it's obviously a set of systems that can be altered without really ruining the core essence of it, very much like a lot of board games, as it's been remade so many times over the years with different rule sets and quality of life features taken away. Tetris Effect is just the extreme example of that. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, crushed. 49 definitely did way worse that time. Interesting. It took me a lot longer to get to 49 as well. Yeah. Hey. Trying to slide that in. Oh well. Also, pretty much all video games, pure video games, as in games that are first board game or first video games, not first a board game. All pure video games are designed. They didn't just naturally evolve. We have a few examples of that with like Dota. Kind of evolving out of Warcraft 3, or entire genres kind of evolving out of one person's original idea, first-person shooters, for example. Not a ton of games. Let's see, are there any games that have just sort of become a thing? Like, we don't know the beginning of chess, or the beginning of Go. We don't know if they were designed or if they just kind of evolved. I know that chess, the oldest variants of chess that we know of, had very different rules, and it's kind of evolved into the standardized rule set that we have right now. So it'd be interesting to see what sticks in Tetris games going forward. This seems to be the corest of the essence. Plug that hole so I can deal with other holes instead of multiple. There we go. It's starting to feel a little better. Clear these lines out one at a time. Let's go here. I looked forward. I looked at the next block for the first time. I am slowly getting better, like conceptually, not physically yet. So the pieces, like the two S pieces, are so similar. I actually don't love that they change the color palette when you get higher up, because I lose track of which piece means which. Interesting. I wonder if that's a kind of a necessary. Didn't think it was going to matter, but ended up mattering. It's kind of a good quality of life feature to keep the color palette the same across the entire level. I don't know. Plug that hole. Plug that. Plug that hole. What's that? I wonder what this rotating against the wall logic is exactly. Like, what is the if statement there about when I can and can't rotate that? Because it seems to be a little bit forgiving, but not perfectly forgiving. There's not really a timer, is there? Like the Tetris blocks coming down is the timer, but it's an abstracted timer from real life time. It's pretty interesting. Sticky right here. It's not the right place to put it. Shouldn't have done that. Dang. Trying to be clever. Honestly, I'm just trying to discover if there's any strategies that are like one layer deep, as opposed to just the basics of what I do, but then is there's something that will get me better results. It's a little counterintuitive if I think a little bit forward. But that worked out better than it could have. Could have been terrible. If I'm being real. So, to me, it's pretty obvious why this game is on the top 100 games of all time list of lists. It's extremely accessible. It's just difficult enough. It's always at everyone's individual experience level because it always starts at the beginning. It's not story-based, so you don't have to be interested in the story. Ugh. Not very good feeling. Whew. Can I start cleaning these out, or am I kind of boned? Oh, that was a dumb move. Oh please, oh please. Yeah! No! No! This like scramble panic to get everything in is hard. Alright, so I got second place again. Man, how did I do so well that first time? Level 8. Interesting that I got a lower score, but I was on a higher level. Yeah, get rid of that. Don't need that nonsense. Why's everything so symmetrical? Oh. You know, I like how committed you have to be in this game. It gives you lots of time. It gives you some time to plan every move, but it's not like a binary strategy game. And then as soon as you commit, if you're committed, you just got to deal with it. And it doesn't give you any time to belabor your previous terrible moves. You just keep going and see if you can scramble out of it. No, this game was designed by Petrov? I can't remember his name. The guy that finally got what he deserved for making such an incredible game. Not early. Oh man. Let's close that hole up and see if we can salvage it later. Okay. Got it back open. I'm slowly starting to make moves that I wouldn't have earlier. Just thinking about it differently. And this is, what, only 30 minutes in? Also, this is the longest period of time that I think I've ever played Tetris in one sitting. I also wonder, you know, I was talking pretty big about the game being a game that could last for 1,000 years, but based on watching the fact that there's speedruns and people are just barely breaking past a couple of different barriers still now, it makes me wonder if there is just a physical limit to the depth that this game can offer, because it requires speed, whereas chess or something like that is so dependent on your opponent and their changing strategy and their mental state and your mental state and things like that. It seems like the consistency of the AI here is also its downfall. I'm just talking pretty theoretically here, but I think there could be a case to be made, it might be defensible, that maybe this isn't a 1,000-year game, but it's a timeless game. Like, it won't command the same depth as chess or something like that ever, even with a cultural shift. Because the problems to solve are not necessarily NP hard. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't necessarily know the definition of NP hard. I don't know, I'm not a biologist. But one of the cool things about playing a game like this is I'm starting to get a little bit better. It's like a focal point, and I can just sit and think design thoughts, which is pretty fun. It's still a little bit hefty on my prefrontal cortex, but I think the more it becomes, come on, I don't like these. Oh crap! Accident. Crap. Woo! I'm definitely digging myself a hole right now. It's when the game gets really intense and you have to scramble it, you know, prefrontal cortex kicks back in, trying to solve that problem in a rational way. It's very emotional though. It's exciting. I made that line above the normal spot on purpose. That's kind of fun. It was a different strategy than usual. I don't know if I could explain my logic there. I just knew that I wanted to clear out a line that was higher than the baseline that I usually clear out. Oh, 48. Man, how did I get to 81? That was such a solid play that one time. Yeah, I'm starting to get sucked in. Like, just one more obsessive feeling, it's kicking in. Nope. Here. Let's drop it here. Dang. I'm gonna put it like that, despite my better judgment. This music's catchy. So, let's see, 35 minutes in is when the obsessive kick started. Drop it here. So I can put this guy here. Yeah. Slip you down that hole. Nice. I feel like I'm doing pretty solid right now. As I'm getting so far down to the bottom, it's kinda not as easy to line up the just trying to open up that hole in the bottom row. These S pieces are definitely hard. Ooh, I did not. Darn. Just don't really have a good spot to put a square right there. Yeah. I feel like that was a pretty decent use of that sucker. Yeah, playing a pretty short-term game right now. Oh, yep, I thought that this piece was facing the other way. Not really building the future super great. So a bunch of Tetrises in a row. I think it's a Tetris is when you clear 4 rows at once with the long, skinny guy. I think that's what they call it. So if I can build and drop a bunch of rows all at once, that seems to be the score mechanism. Higher scores for more rows cleared at once. let's try and make that a focus for a little bit. Just perfectly build up all of this stuff and then start clearing out Tetrises as I get them. Try not to make any holes. And then do this a bunch of times. Okay, back in my position. Oh, terrible, terrible news. Oop. So you're really at the mercy of the RNG to give you a long skinny block if you do this strategy. Definitely feels more precise to do it that way. It feels good to play with that strategy. Boom. And so now I just feel like I'm going through to like clean up my mess to get down there again. And I'm probably letting perfect be the enemy of good. Ugh, such a terrible, terrible move. But I wonder if I started that strategy earlier, excuse me, if I would end up making better progress. Ah! Oh my goodness. Terrible. Oh, no. Genuinely terrible moves. Oh, it's so bad right now. It's like my eyes just went cross-eyed. I couldn't lay them down. Second place again? Yep. I don't feel like that was a terrible move. Alright, so I was saying earlier that I felt this like obsession to keep going, and I just started this round and went, okay, I'm starting over. I had that like kind of wave of exhaustion of like, here I go again. Imagine that must be what it feels like to do the speedrunner thing. Like, alright, starting over again. Probably not too terrible to get back into the groove, but yep, and I'm back in. Could have probably committed that one and cleared a row and been okay. Don't know how long it's gonna be before I get another skinny block. Ooh, getting nervous. No, not this side. Oh, getting nervous. Played my hand a little too strong. Come on. Just need a bunch of those. Just a bunch of those. I just need to kind of play in recovery mode for a little bit. Whew, my Tower of Babel got too high. I don't like this block. Probably not the best place for that. Oh, there we go. It's interesting, even with the best, or with the commitment to the best, like sanitation of my tower, it still doesn't play the way that I want. Meaning, it's still really hard to get it to do exactly what I want. Oh, come on purpose, and purpose, just aiming for clearing any lines right now. That's my very short-term strategy. Any lines cleared is better than no lines cleared. And I'm setting myself up for a whole lot of micro little mountains and stuff, but I am starting to get further down the line. Whew. Yeah, this strategy of keeping a really clean tower is harder than it looks. Is it harder than it looks, though? Come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Oh, this is terrible. Whew. Didn't make it to the leaderboard that time. I can definitely do better. It was very satisfying at the beginning, though. I wonder, was it really as simple as I just played the strategy too long? I missed that one time knocking the tower down. And that was the cascade? Or was there a mistake earlier than that? Already though, I'm not playing optimally. And here I am just basically trying to... Already I'm just trying to get to the state where I can start clearing out and building that perfect tower. Though it's going to take me a while to get there, so I might as well just start laying these out. Okay, pretty close now. It's just so satisfying to be from the beginning, so that micro goal is probably a little too idealistic, but I want to try for it. So if I can get all the way down there. Don't like that option I had. Boom. That was a pretty solid play. Yeah, not useful unless I actually can use it. I'll use it. Boom. I wonder if that's kind of the nature of the game, though, is like there's an imperfect lower part of each tower, and then when you knock out a Tetris, you have to figure out how to recover and keep it from cycling too high over and over and over. Like right now, I've got two separate sides that I need to fill with these blocks. Ugh. Okay. Just panicking. Short-term gains, long-term loss. I can feel it already. It's the beginning of the end. How do you keep your long-term strategy in play when the entire game is pushing you to do short-term optimization? It's probably the biggest strategy that I think I would start to optimize for later. Ooh. No! Ugh. Told you it was the beginning, and then I felt it. I saw my strategy slip. I'm definitely not looking ahead, so I don't know what pieces I'm gonna get. Oh man. Ooh, it's close. Boom. 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 I have a habit of rotating it only one way, so I don't really have a good feel for if I'm in a panic, being able to rotate it backwards. I feel like that's an important thing I should learn. Don't like that piece. Like that. It would have been better to rotate it the other way. Oh! Did I burn it? Did it on purpose. It was the wrong idea, but I did it. See, it was the wrong idea. Made a horrible error. Boom. Whew. Feels a little better. But still, the goal is to clear out these lines to open up that side thing again. Whatever it takes to do that. Well, no. Mistakes are the worst. Tried. Physics weren't in my favor that day. Oh, see, look at that. Super lame. Oh, it's so much potential. So much potential. Level 1, that was pretty brutal. Bam. Now it's like, I know just enough and I'm squandering it every time. Oh yeah, that's a good strategy. And then I'm not at all playing a good game. That's what good people good at Tetris do. I've decided. It's nice to know that if there's a pit 3 deep, I know that there's really only one that can go into it cleanly. It is kind of a binary choice at that point, like, do I want to leave a hole or not? And that's the choice. Okay, let's try and clean up, make a really clean play on the left side here. I guess the right side's fine too. Ooh, that was close. You know, I genuinely thought it was going to be difficult to stream this game, but I'm getting pretty into it. So, I don't know if it's interesting for you, so I apologize about that. But as far as just being able to take the time and think about this and develop some personal strategies, I think this has been good. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm slowly starting to build an intuition of like what kinds of pieces should interlock with which other kind of pieces if I'm in a situation, and just kind of having some rules of thumb. They're very primitive rules that I'm starting to come up with, and I don't even know that I could articulate them quite yet. But I'm starting to feel it. Yay. Oh. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, it's just devastating to make mistakes in this game. Devastating emotionally, because the effects are usually divorced by a minute or two away from your actual action. Oh, speed increase. No. Oh no! Oh. So brutal. Gone. Erased from existence. Whew. Alright, so once again I'm going in with this strategy that I've not been able to do properly. Let's see if I can do it. Nope. Hoping to rotate that down in. Didn't work. Ooh. Oh no, that was terrible. Whew. Not a terrible recovery, but what the heck? Come on. Don't know why I put that square there. Would have been more effective if I had dropped it. Squares. It would have been perfect to drop them down there, but I don't have them right now. Just trying to survive to the next long block. Ooh. Right here. And then here. Oh, I don't like this. Come on. There we go. Probably shouldn't have put it there, but I did. Ah! Dead burn it. I wonder how many of these games I end up losing simply because of a silly mistake. Yikes. Gone. Level 2, huh? That's it? Yeah, I don't think my strategy is very sound. If I'm just aiming for perfection and then it doesn't ever work out. Maybe it's good if I'm good, but I'm not good, so then it's not good. So maybe a little less rigidity in how I'm playing is probably in order. Maybe I'll just try to not make any holes. Like, I said that and then immediately have to. No! Oh, that was terrible. I thought it was already locked in. But, mistake. Genuine mistake. Controls mistake number 1. Lag. Does start do anything? Ah, okay, just pauses. That's nice. Nice, you can pause. Hey! Got down to... Going back to my strategy. Ooh. Uncomfortable, because it hasn't worked. And yet I'm still falling back to it because I think it's a good idea, even if it doesn't work. Because I'm relying on randomness. Yeah, I feel like you could just optimize the RNG for this game forever. And they would make for very aesthetically similar, but completely different feeling games. course. Oh, no. What was I thinking? Okay, can I clear you out? Close. Just one piece here. Can I salvage this? Nope. What a bummer. Well. I am just mystified at how I was able to get to my own level 8. Boo. Trying to think about the implications of each move is really hard. That's what I'm talking about. Feel good. That was a deliberate don't let perfect be the enemy of good move. Not my favorite thing that just happened. Yeah, I'll roll with it. For that reason, was probably the better flexible answer, as evidenced by me being able to make forward progress and not making a mistake out of it. Flexibility is a long-term strategy that I am just barely starting to grok. Man. There we go. That was probably the wrong move to plug up that right side. Why are they giving me so many of these S blocks and stuff? The room is so hot. I have a weak foundation. It's too many holes. I don't know if I'm getting out of this one. Oh. Brutal. Oh. To clear up this spot on purpose. I just feel like I need to justify my seemingly unintuitive moves for no particular reason. Whew. Wave of exhaustion just hit me right there. Fatigue. Wave of fatigue, like eye fatigue. Micro goals. Just trying to get to that little hole. Oh, mistake though. Getting close. Got it. Okay. Oh, that's so frustrating. Probably could put that to the left. For greater long-term effect. Just hanging on. So many of my levels here are just hanging on. Nope. Darn. No. Alright, so about 15 more minutes. And I think mostly this is just me trying to get better at this point. I don't know that I have any observations other than just trying to capture the game feel. Hopefully I've vocalized enough that I can come back and cogently decode how I was playing this game originally. Close. Almost made a dumb move trying to be smart. Yeah. Don't like that choice. Don't like that choice. Eh. Good, good, good. Okay, let's just try and get another. Tall block. Yeah, did not yet. Okay. It's a bummer. RNG didn't like me. Alright, y'all. Oh, you've watched me get demolished long enough in Tetris. Okay, so I think my overall thoughts are that Tetris is extremely accessible. It has the it has that really exciting core loop of how good can I do next time, and the basic gameplay is really simple. So you don't have to learn a whole bunch of complex mechanisms to be able to jump in. It starts slow enough that you get it. The feedback loop or that feedback, the dopamine hit when you clear 4 in a row is really satisfying. The music's catchy. Man, in context, I would have to learn more about how Tetris worked previously, or what other kind of puzzle games existed on the NES at the time. But this feels the closest to like a stripped down abstract strategy game as part of a video game. It's probably why, match 3 games are really popular. And I think the consumer/product culture of video games has made it difficult for you to make a specific match 3 game. Like Triple Town being a match 3 game could have been, the de facto, you know, like Kleenex or Tetris or something for that genre, but it didn't necessarily stick because there were so many mobile games coming out at the time, and it was just difficult for things to establish themselves as a household name. But the genre stuck, and the Tetris genre stuck, though it seems like Tetris didn't really get a lot of variants. I mean, there are a million variants of Tetris, but they're not Tetris. Classic Tetris is this, but you can't say it's like a classic triple or match 3 game or something. There's not like a de facto version of what it means to be a match 3 game, whereas there is with Tetris. So I think there's some cultural reasons for that, just what games existed at the time and what didn't. I think the mastery loop is insane. It feels good to play. It feels good to do one more. It's really easy to get sucked in. It's really easy to walk away because you're only playing maybe 10 minutes at a time or something like that. And I think that come in, play, walk away feel, and being able to, and not feeling like you've lost a ton of progress when you die, because the expectation is that you're going to die. But it feels very fair, like a fair strategy game is part of the strong appeal for this. I think it's kind of timeless. There is no there's no story. It has some very subtle light hand Russian themes with the Kremlin and knowing that it came from Russia, things like that. But it's not like it's a distinctly Russian game, right? So it was able to work all over the world. The mathematical, like, puzzle nature of it transcended storytelling. It's really kind of the gold standard for a mechanisms-based game. Just simple core mechanisms. For the video about this game, I think that I would like to really break down what is the core mechanism from the Clockwork game design framework, that pattern, because I think this game in particular would lend itself well to clearly understanding a single core mechanism with a few supporting mechanisms and the value of something stripped of all of the fluff. So yeah, this game is great. I agree that it should be really high on the list of games, and yeah, regardless of personal taste, I get it. And yeah, so anyway, tomorrow is Final Fantasy VII, and I'll be playing that for probably close to 3 hours. See if we can get through disc 1. I doubt it, but we'll plow through as fast as we can and talk about the combat system and things like that. So with that, adieu, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.